and chewy on some hot. Like I told Tish, I see when I.
Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to the Roast Session Central. I'm the NigerianNemesis, and in today's video, we're going to be rocking a 2.9 Elixir Graveyard Cycle deck. As you can see, we only have three main cards, the Ice Golem, Mega Minion, and the Archers, which are really good on defense. We've got the Tombstone to help us out on defense as well. The Poison does a really good job of assisting the graveyard. We've got the Log, of course, and one Elixir Skeletons to help us cycle through. Even with their nerf, they're still very good, and I will always use them in a lot of my decks. So we're playing against Bambi here. We're going to start with a Tombstone now, and that should stop the Hog Rider just a little bit. Hog Rider will get two swings probably onto this tower. That's one swing, and that's the second swing. So we're going to go back here with the Ice Golem, make him play something on defense. He's coming in with that Bowler, so that's well played. And we're going to have to deal with this Bowler Cycle deck with the Hog Rider, which I have seen plenty of times before. We've got our Mega Minion for that Bowler here. And now he's going to play a Baby Dragon on top of our Mega Minion, but that's alright. The Baby Dragon doesn't really do that much damage. And the Mega Minion will survive, take out that Bowler, and even get a couple of swings off onto that Baby Dragon. So we are looking really good. Skeleton's going down to distract just a little bit longer and to help us cycle. Baby Dragon will get no hits onto our tower, so we're going to start with a defensive Tombstone now, and that should be really good for us. He's got an Executioner as well, so 100% he's got that Tornado. Since he did just play that Scar Meat, we're going to even go harder here on the left with the Graveyard and the Ice Golem. We've got our Poison going down on top of that Goblin Gang, so that's going to be some pretty decent damage. Skeleton should be able to take out this Executioner here. As the Executioner aims and misses a lot of the Skeletons, Executioner goes down, and now we've got his left tower down to 18-19, so we are playing pretty well here. Tombstone's going to go down up in front. He is getting that Hog Rider off really quickly. I assume I can play that Tombstone one more tile to the left, but I don't want to miss it and have the Hog Rider go all the way to the tower, and that would be the end of us. So he does have our right tower down to 1478. We are going to have to focus here in this battle. This deck is probably only a one crown deck, if I'm being honest, as all graveyard decks are pretty tough to take the second crown, because once that first crown tower is down, all they have to do is sit back, because the King Tower is now activated, and the King Tower will also help one-shot those Skeletons. So we are going to have to focus a little bit harder here, especially against a Bowler. We're going to switch lanes with the Mega Minion once again. We don't want to have to run into any of his troops. I'd rather run into an Executioner than a Bowler for our graveyard, because the Bowler is very strong. He's got a lot of HP, and he will take out those Skeletons relatively easy. So now he's got this really solid push coming at us on the right side with the Baby Dragon and the Executioner. We're trying to finesse this guy here. We're going to keep switching lanes and see what happens. He's got all of this coming at us, so that's a really crazy push. Skeleton's going down. We've got our Logs to try and push all this back. Mega Minion's going to be our tank. Look what I just did there. I accidentally played the Poison spell instead of my Graveyard. That actually worked out a-okay. He did do all of that, but we've got his tower down to 1063. He does have us down to 934. Mega Minion's a very good tank. We've got our Ice Golem going down, and now we have enough for our Graveyard. Once again, offense being the best defense. We've got our Graveyard down. We're going to pre-Poison. He's going to play his Goblin Gang. The Poison's going to do some work. Skeleton should be able to take that tower for us, hopefully, with 10 seconds left in this battle. He's got his Hog Rider coming back. This time we will play our Tombstone in the correct spot. That's going to stop the Hog Rider from getting any hits. Mega Minion's going down to distract. All we need, I think, is a Poison and a Log, and that should be good game. But just to make sure, since he doesn't have his Hog Rider in rotation, we can just go with a Graveyard push. Graveyard's going to go down. We're going to have to play our Ice Golem here. Poison's going down on top of that, so hopefully we can stop this here. We're going to log back his troops, and that should keep the Ewas off the tower. Look at there on the left side. We will grab that crown, and that will be a 1-0 solid win with this deck. Well expected with this deck. Like I said, one crown wins is what we're going after. We got to play solid defense, or we will be in trouble. So that's going to put us here at 4-2 in this grand challenge. I was trying to figure out how to play a perfect graveyard deck, but now we found it. So now we're coming in hot up against J-Mo. So let's see what we can do here. We've got pretty decent starting hand, distraction cards in our hands. We've got the Graveyard, which we usually don't want to use right away, especially when they're sitting at 10 Elixir. You kind of want to know what they have to counter. So Mega Minion's going down for that Battle Ram. We're going to log it back just to ensure that it doesn't connect to our tower, and that should be a decent enough defense. That Log's also going to hit the Archers, so now the Archers are at 1 HP, so they won't get any shots off onto our tower. So now we can start with the defensive Tombstone, which is what I always like to do. I want to absorb their pressure and counter. That's how you use graveyard decks. You try to get them down in Elixir with positive Elixir trades, then you counter nicely and they have nothing to defend with, and then the Poison just cleans them all up. So now we've got to deal with this Dark Golem. We're going to play our Skeletons. He's got a Night Witch. Not to worry, but I'm pretty much assuming that he has The Golem deck going down. Forgot how to speak there right there for a second. And our Ice Golem's going back in. So if we did have enough for our graveyard, we could have played it there. But we're not going to. We're going to have to absorb this Barbarian damage, which only should be able to get one swing onto our tower, which is just fine. Our Archer is going to get a shot off on the left tower. So pretty even start to this battle. He's got another Knight coming back in at us, and we're going to have to deal with it here. We've got our Skeletons and our Archers. We're going to start with some Archers in the back. We're going to have to keep playing this slowly, as I said, because we only have 3 troops, really. So if we mess that placement up, that could be the end of the game, just like that. Mega Minion's going down. He's got his Dark Goblin now coming at us. We're going to play some Skeletons and get ready to play some more defense with the Ice Golem. That's going to clean up all his big push right there pretty easily for us. Now he does have his Archers and Dark Goblin, so that's going to do a lot of damage. I don't know why I'm not logging. I was thinking that that Dark Goblin would take some hits pretty early, but that's going to cost us so much damage. Dark Goblin's going to do a lot to that tower, and now we've got to focus in here. He's going to send the Battle Ram now on the right side. Very surprising. Well, I guess it's not surprising. That bypasses our Tombstone, so that was a pretty good play from him. Now our Archers are going to town on this last Barbarian. We've got our Ice Golem down, and finally we can do a Graveyard push since we do have our Poison spell ready. We're going to get our Poison down. That's going to start hitting the Night Witch. Unfortunately, we won't get the Dark Goblin, but check this action out. That's going to absolutely shred the tower. Archers are still alive, doing so much work. That's going to take the tower all the way down to 337. So in just one Graveyard push, we were able to take this tower down. But as you can see here, he's got so much coming at us. That Inferno Dragon's coming out for the first time in this game, and we're going to have to defend against this. We've got Archers, though. The Archers seem to always be back in our hand. Check that out. We've got 4 Archers down here on the field. That's going to shred that Night Witch, and now we have our Graveyard prepared. We're going to go Naked Graveyard and go for a Poison right here on top of the tower. We will miss those Archers. Archers walked into the Poison, so the Archers will fall. And that tower is going to go down here in just a second. He's going to try and cheese his win here on the left side with the Inferno Dragon. Not going to happen. No chance. No way. 3 seconds left. That's going to be the second battle. We have secured another victory with the crazy 2.9 Elixir Cycle Graveyard deck. So we're going to hop into one more battle to try and make it 3-0, which I am feeling pretty confident about. 5-2 in this Grand Challenge. So let's go ahead and perfect it with this deck. Hopping into the third and final battle of the video. Let's see who we get paired up here in just a second. It is taking just a little bit longer to connect us to a battle. But let me know down below, what is your favorite Graveyard deck? I know there's a bunch of Graveyard decks. I've seen Lava Hound Graveyard. I've seen Giant Graveyard. I've seen a whole bunch of different Graveyard decks. So what is your favorite deck? One of my favorites, I mean, this one is pretty good, but I also like Battle Ram Graveyard. That's pretty deadly and pretty hard to deal with. But anyways, focusing in here, up against Bilal Osik, he's got a Knight coming at us. We're going to play a defensive Tombstone once again and get ready to absorb some damage, create a counterattack, and secure the tower. He's going to play a Pump, which means go time. We're going to go with our Graveyard now to the right side. We will Poison, though, to get his Elixir Collector. That's going to hit the Baby Dragon as well. So very decent Poison, and he's going to drop his Mega Minion into our Poison. So not the best of plays. I guess he wanted to prevent as much damage as possible. So that turned out to be a pretty good push for us. We've got his tower down to 1736, and he's not too happy about that. So now we've got to get back here. I think he's going to cycle to his Pump once again in just a second. Mega Minion is distracted. Knight is coming at us, and hopefully we can get back to our Graveyard in case he places Elixir Collector once again. So Collector is down. What I always do against Elixir Collectors is try and be as annoying as possible. That is the best way to go. So we're going to go Ice Golem and play our Graveyard right on top of his Elixir Collector. That's going to piss him off even more. Poison's going down now on top of the Elixir Collector as well. So that Collector is going to go down in here in just a second. Ice Golem is onto the tower. We're going to get some chip damage and take his left tower all the way down to 1417. And now he's starting with a Mega Minion, so I'm assuming he's playing that Golem deck, because everyone has that Golem deck with the Baby Dragon and the Mega Minion. Actually, he's continuing to cycle here, so I think he wants to get back to his Elixir Collector once again, try and get it down here before Double Elixir starts, and then maybe start with his push. He could be running a Giant deck as well. We will see here in just a second. We've got our setup once again, so we can go for that tower if we wanted to. We're going to go Mega Minion here on defense, Ice Golem to distract, and now we're going to get our Graveyard down onto this tower. He's got a Night Witch, so now our Poison is going to hit the Night Witch, Elixir Collector, and the tower. So we're going to get some significant damage here. Both Archers are still alive. Very good Knight placement by him. That's going to prevent our Archers from getting any significant damage onto his tower. And now he's got a Baby Dragon coming at us. Luckily, that Golem will not start moving fast enough. So we're going to play our Tombstone to the middle. We're going to have to play some serious defense here as he has all this coming at us. I'm not too worried about it. This deck is so good defensively if you place your troops right. Keep them out of the same area. We're going to play another Tombstone, drag the Golem back, continue to distract. So we're going to play our Mega Minion here on the left. Skeleton's going down on the right. We've got the Ice Golem once again, and look at that. We absolutely shut down that push. He's going to bring in another Night Witch. Very desperate play by him. That's not going to do it. We've got 3 archers, so we're going to kill that push there in just a second. Graveyard is going down. We've got our poison going down, and that should be the game right there as our Ice Golem tanks for the Graveyard. And we will make this 3-0. Logs going down just in case he decides to play anything sneaky, and that's going to be the tower. So that's going to make it 3-0 with this deck, pushing us to 7-2 in this grand challenge. So as you guys saw there, this deck is very powerful. Let me scroll over to the left here to show you guys the deck one more time. It's got the Ice Golem in it. It's got the Archers and the Mega Minion as your 3 main cards. Tombstone on defense, Poison to help support, and this deck overall is just very powerful. So if you guys did enjoy that video, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for some more future daily Clash Royale and Clash of Clans content. And I hope you guys go on and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace!